Welcome in, everybody. In this video, I want to demonstrate how to create the polar coordinates 1 exercise. So I know in the instructions, it asks you to start with the coordinates template. So a lot of you are not starting off with that template. So right away, you're getting 15 points taken off because I ain't playing around. So start with the coordinates template. Some of you don't like, what is a coordinates template? How do I get that? So I made a video on that, a few weeks back. So just go back in Schoology, find the video, go through it step by step. It's going to save you time, and you don't got to set up all your settings each and every time you start a brand new drawing. You just got to spend a few extra minutes making it one time, save it as a template file, and then there you go. So let me get started on this. So I'm going to go to my templates. I'm going to look for my coordinates template that I made. I'm going to click it. So now we have our grid. We have our layer already set up. We're on that current layer. We have our dynamic input is turned off. So yeah, there's our sheet of grid paper that we've created. So what I'm going to do for the assignment is it says start here, and then it has 2 coordinates, 6, 4. So that's absolute coordinates. So I'm going to go up to line. And then it says specify first point. So I'm going to type in 6, 4, press enter. And let me turn on this line width so that makes it nice and more viewable there. So then my second point, so all of the lengths of the lines I've given in blue kind of font colors. So those are the lengths of each line. And then the angles that you need, I've kind of given you those. So the first one, we're going to go over to the right 9 units. So I'm going to type in at 9. I'm going to use the less than symbol. That tells AutoCAD I'm using polar coordinates, right? This is going to be an angle, not a Y value. So my angle that I want to draw this line 9 units is going to be 0. So that goes to the right. And then I'm going to go at. So the length of the next line is 6.4. I'm going to go less than, and that angle is 51. And then the next one is at 6 less than 0. And then we're going to go straight up with the next one. So that's going to be at 16 units with an angle of 90. And then we're going to go to the left. So that's going to be at a length of 6 less than, and that's going to be 180 degrees. And then here's where it gets maybe a little tricky. So here, and I've given you that angle, so I'm going to go at, that has a length of 2.81 less than. So instead of going from 0 in a counterclockwise and figuring out what that angle is, I'm going to kind of cheat, so I'm going to go a negative 124. So we're going to go kind of clockwise to figure out what that line is. So that's at 2.81 less than negative 124. And then for the next angle, we're going to go at 4.85 less than, and I kind of measured that kind of crazy, but I wanted to make it easier for y'all, so that's going to be 119. Normally you probably wouldn't measure the angle that way, but like I said, I try to make it easier, so that's 119. And then here we're going to go at 5 less than, and that's to the left, so that's 180. And then the next one, we're going to go at 9.85 less than, and again, we're going to use that negative angle, so negative 114. And so this is not going to, it's not going to end where we started. So I'm going to go at 14 less than, and this is, I can either type 270 or I can type in negative 90. It's both the same angle. So let me just put 270. And then if I hit the escape key and zoom in, you can see that those are not gonna they're not going to line up. So don't try to like grab the end and kind of stick it on there. Undo that. Just kind of leave it like it is. We're just kind of practicing our typing in our polar coordinates. So that's kind of what it looks like. And then just save it as polar coordinates 1. Make sure you turn it in. Turn it in as your drawing file. I'm going to recommend before you turn it in, I would save this drawing, close out of it, then look for it in your folder and turn it in. Otherwise, you're going to get a bunch of lock files that some of you are accidentally turning in your lock files, and I can't open those up to grade it to see what you got. So make sure you turn in your DWG file, and you'll be good to go. All right. So that's how you create that. Hope that helps. All right. Peace.